Hello, hello. We'll wait for a couple of minutes for rest of the folks to join and then start the session. Is my screen visible, Shubham?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. I think we can get started. All right. Hello and welcome everyone. So this session is part of a series of workshops we're conducting around the new automation dashboard experience. And the agenda for today's workshop is to understand the reporting and debugging features of the new automation dashboard better. So we'll basically look at how the test reporting works in the new automation dashboard and what are all the cool features that will help you that can help you with the debugging of your tests, right? So by the way, I'm Gopal. I'm part of the product team here at BrowserStack, and we're part of the team. Me and Shubham are part of the team that has worked on this new automation dashboard experience, and we'll be walking you through the demo today. And by the way, please feel free to post your questions in the chat as the session is ongoing, and we'll also have a dedicated 10-minute Q&A sessions towards the end of this session. All right. And one more thing I would want to call out is also that all the things that we're covering in this session today are relevant for both Automate and App Automate. The new automation dashboard experience is similar for both Automate, App Automate. So I might be using a lot of Automate examples, but all these apply to App Automate also. And before before actually jumping into the live demonstration, um, I would first want to briefly talk about what the old automation dashboard experience is and what the new automation dashboard experience is. What are the fundamental difference and what extra does the new automation dashboard really offer, right? So this is what the old automation dashboard looks like, and this is what we might. Okay, let me quickly switch to the product here. So if you are using Automate or App Automate, this is the dashboard that you are having access to debug your tests, to look at the video recordings and to debug your test cases, right? So the information architecture of this old dashboard is basically you have projects and then you have builds. This here on the left-hand side is a list of all the builds that are running on your account. And each build is nothing but a group of sessions, right? For example, this build is a group of 102 sessions. And this is the list of all the sessions. And when you go inside a list, when you go inside a session, the session has a video recording of the browser session and then the relevant logs arranged in the timeline manner, right? Now, one thing that I really want to stress on here is that the old automation dashboard reports sessions. It does not report tests. And what is the fundamental difference here is session is a browser session. So the moment you are starting browser on a browser on the BrowserStack infrastructure to the moment the browser is closed, anything that happens in between that duration is referred to as session. And session is a terminology that is typically used by any cloud provider in the market, right? And the list that you see here is actually a list of sessions. And a session might actually have 10 to 15 test runs within it. But the old automation dashboard does not really provide any visibility into how many tests the tests each of these sessions have. So if you were to actually investigate a test, you would have to visit the session and go through all the logs and realize and understand where your test has failed and how many tests have failed, right? And one more limitation with the old dashboard is because of this lack of test level visibility, old dashboard cannot provide any historical context on tests. Has the test been, how has the test been faring over time? Was it passing previously? When did it stop passing? When did it start failing? And any additional insights on the test for that matter also are not possible, in fact, to on the old dashboard, right? Now, the fundamental difference with the new dashboard is the new dashboard can actually the new dashboard actually provides that test level visibility, and the reporting happens at a test level in the new dashboard, right? And you may ask, how is that even possible, right? Like the reason, what is that magic wand that we are able to do that in this new automation dashboard? The answer is SDK, right? So previously, the way the sessions are reported, the video recording and the logs are reported on the old dashboard is it's BrowserStack infra. So we mon we get the video recording of your sessions and the logs that are generated during the session and report them. That's all. But the SDK layer, the BrowserStack SDKs that we have introduced, SDK is nothing but a layer of code that sits in your automation suite and listens to uh, all the test level events. A test has started, a test has failed, test finished, etc. Right? And reports them to our database. So now this layer of code, the BrowserStack SDK, enables the new automation dashboard to uh, do the reporting at a test level versus session level in the old dashboard. And because the reporting happens at a test level, the new automation dashboard can also do a lot more than the old automation dashboard in terms of providing insights around tests, right? By the way, a lot of you might have already looked at the new automation dashboard experience. We are rolling out the new experience, making the new experience available to all of our customers. You can switch to the new experience by clicking on this "Try it now" button if you are on the old experience. And if you do not see the new experience on your dashboard, feel free to reach out to us. We can enable it for you. With that, sorry. All right. So now let's look at what the new dashboard is all about. I think I talked about how the old dashboard, what the old dashboard is, and how it is fundamentally different from the new dashboard. Apart from the fundamental difference in the way the test reporting happens in the new automation dashboard, the new automation dashboard also offers a lot more capabilities. Uh, for example, I mean, again, we can broadly categorize the benefits of the new automation dashboards into four different categories, four different themes. And the first theme is because of the test level visibility the new automation dashboard has, it is able to provide a lot more insights around your tests. Like, for example, you can a lot of build level insights will very soon look that I'll demo very soon and the historical mapping of test results, and module and folder level reporting is also possible. And the new automation dashboard also automatically tags flaky and new failures based on the historical results of the test. If a test is failing, and if a test status is flipping between passing and failing inconsistently, then we mark the test automatically flaky, for example. Or if a test has been failing consistently across your last 10-15 builds, then we mark it as always failing. So such additional insights are offered by the new automation dashboard. And the second leg of capabilities is the dashboard also offers very strong analytics capabilities. It offers out-of-the-box dashboards, dedicated health dashboards that help you get visibility into your health metrics, your suite health metrics, and also help you improve the health of your automation suite. And it also has um, dashboards, pre-built dashboards that provide complete visibility into your quality metrics, trends of your quality metrics. And we have unique errors dashboards that helps you focus on the errors that are bothering you the most, right? And the third category of benefits, the category of advantages the new automation dashboard offers is around test monitoring. Uh, it helps you create threshold-based alerts on top of the bills and monitor your bills proactively. You don't really have to wait. You don't really have to wait for the bill to be complete and then come onto the dashboard and do the activities. You can configure alerts, threshold-based alerts, create rules, and get notified on your Slack or emails, etc. Similarly, you can also create build run level emails. You can receive daily summary emails. And the best, you can also configure webhooks on top of these threshold based rules and perform something downstream. For example, integrating your, if you want to, for example, let's say integrate your pager duty, do something if a build, if something happens in your build. So such workflows are also possible. And also you can completely automate your deployment by creating quality standards. There's something called quality gates. We'll get into the details in one of our workshops. All right, so that's broadly the categories of the advantages. And as part of this session, we'll primarily focus on the test reporting and the debugging advantages that the new automation dashboard provides. Yeah, any questions at this point?
One question is basically, what is the difference between the new dashboard and test observability?
All right, it's a very good question. So the new dashboard is nothing but it's powered by test observability dashboard. So the cool new dashboard that we're trying to demo, right? Like that we're going to demo. We build this as an all-in-one solution for test reporting, test debugging, and all the analytics needs of quality engineers. And we were offering this as a separate solution called test observability. But now that we want to extend the same capabilities to our automate and app automate users also by making by changing the default dashboard of automate and app automate to this new dashboard, which is powered by test observability. So fundamentally, the dashboards, uh, the test observability dashboard and the new dashboard, the new automate and app automate dashboards are built on the same technology, and all the underlying features are same. All right. Any other questions that we can take now, Shubham?
No, we can move ahead.
Sorry, is my voice clear?
Yeah, it is better now. Yep.
All right. So we'll start with the demonstration. So we'll try to understand how you can access the test reports in the new automation dashboard experience, and how can you actually debug your build reports in the new experience, right? So let's start with the overview page. So the overview page is the default landing page for any user who is visiting the new automation dashboard experience. And sorry, we are not on the overview page. Yeah. So the overview page is the starting point. If you're the default landing page, if you're visiting the new automation dashboard experience, it shows the parallel and the queue information right here. You can also access your username and password from here. And the overview page is basically a summary of everything that's happening in your account, a summary of all the testing activity that's happening in your account. But if you want to, if this is overwhelming for you, if you want to personalize this page for your own projects and builds, it is possible, especially when there are many builds running, many projects in your account. You can just personalize this page to only focus on the projects that matter to you and that you are responsible for probably, right? So let me do that very quickly. All right. And as soon as you personalize, the entire information that is presented on the screen is personalized for you. It basically honors the filters that you have added here. And you can personalize it based on projects, based on filters. You can use build tags. You can also use the user who triggered the build to differentiate between your builds and other builds, etc. And you can also use the file directories of your repository, right? And the overview page has something called latest builds here. Now you can treat this as equivalent to the left-hand side, all builds that you have in the old dashboard, right? So if I quickly go back to the old dashboard, you can treat this as an equivalent to this. So all your builds, all the builds that are relevant to you after you personalized are listed here. Any new build that starts automatically appears here. I mean, there's a nudge that informs you, and you can directly click on this build and jump to the build directly. In fact, you can click on any of these insights also. You can, let's say, if you directly want to start with the fail test, you can just click on the 109 fail test and you're directly taken to the 109 fail test that you actually need to investigate, right? Similarly, you can click on any of these tags also. The overview page also has a lot of a few other things, like in you can it helps you with the navigation. You can go back to something that you had visited, and it also offers notifications that are um, that are optimized for you, and the key takeaways for all your projects and builds, right? So with that, I'll quickly jump into one of the builds. And so, by the way, an alternate way to come to the builds is you can choose the project. The information architecture, by the way, is same as the old dashboard. You fundamentally have projects, and then each project has builds inside it, and the builds are listed in the build runs page, right? And this is the build run. These are all the build runs in my project. You can just scroll through all of them and then click on any build that's relevant to you. I'll go to the build that has some good data for the demo purpose. So this is an alternate way how you can navigate to your builds, right? And the page that you land when you visit a build is basically the insights page. Insights page offers you all the test insights for your build. Again, a very important difference here. All the reporting that is done in the new automation dashboard is at a test level versus session level in the old automation dashboard. And even the insights that are offered that are offered on this insights page are also at a test level, right? So here is a very quick build summary. Total 275 tests have run in this case, and 109 tests have failed. And the insights page also has historical trends, and it also has a lot of other trends that will revisit. But coming back to the process of debugging, right? Like the immediate next step that a quality engineer would want to do is, after visiting a build run, is to investigate the failed test cases and and give a sign off on the build run, right? So the new automation dashboard automatically categorizes the failures, uh, tags the failures into, for example, always failing. So if a test has been failing consistently over the past 10 15 runs, it's probably a problem that needs to be looked into. But it's not really a problem for the sign off, because if it's been failing consistently and if it's being ignored, then it probably needs to be ignored in the current build also, and needs to be solved separately, a separate problem that needs to be solved, right? So you can completely ignore these 43 test failures. Similarly, the flaky tests, right? If the test result has been um, non-reliable, you can probably ignore these. Again, it depends on your definition of flakiness. By the way, the definitions of flakiness, always failing, new failures, all of this is customizable. If your definition of flakiness is also strict enough, you can ignore the tests that are marked as flaky as well. All right. And if you're really in a hurry, then one really good way to start your investigation is by directly starting with new failures. So you can just click on any of the insights. You're taken to the tests tab with the that specific set of tests filtered for you, right? So these are all the three newly failed tests. So you can start your investigation by just focusing on this if you're really in a hurry. Or let me just Right. And an alternate way to do the investigation is also by starting with this widget, something called unique errors here. So in this widget basically lets you know what percentage of your errors are caused by uh, 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 the top errors. I mean, it basically groups the errors, uh, groups the tests by the errors, by the unique errors. So, for example, in this specific case, two unique errors have caused almost 84% of the failures. So, if you actually go through this, and in total there are 8 unique errors. And if you go back to this list, we have 109 failed tests. You can directly start your investigation by actually going through these 8 unique errors. And how can you do that? You can just click on any of these some reason. But it'll take you to the test listing. Again, you can do the investigation. Again, we'll see how you can actually do the investigation of the failed tests. But you can do the investigation and mark all of the test failures in bulk, like all of these 51 test failures. You can just say mark, let us say, mark as these are not even a bug. These are an environment issue, right? So you can do that. That's an alternate way to debug. Now let's proceed with the other flow, right? So now I want to start investigating my errors. So I can let's say I only want to focus on the failed tests. Sorry, is my voice audible, Shubham?
Yes, it is.
Cool. I think there's some problem with the internet. All right. So now once I'm currently looking at all the failures of my build, I can filter out the always failing tests because I'm confident that if they have been failing consistently, I don't really need to investigate them. I can also optionally filter out flaky tests, right? And there's also, by the way, a concept called muting. If a test is um, not giving reliable results, you can probably mute the test also till the actual test is fixed. And such tests do not even appear in your results, and they do not impact the overall outcome of your build also. All right. So now that I have the actual list of tests that I want to debug, I have about 43 tests that I need to investigate. The next benefit that the new automation dashboard offers is it automatically categorizes the failures based on previous tagging into a predefined set of failure categories using AI. Right. So in this specific example, this failure is categorized as automation bug, right? Or in this case, it is the automatic failure analysis was not really able to categorize this failure because maybe there was not enough data to categorize this failure as anything, right? If this is really helpful and if it if you're confident in this, then you can just uh, 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 skip the investigation of the um, test further, the test failure further, right? But otherwise, if you really want to double check, then you can just click on it, and then you are presented with this view that we refer to as timeline debugger view. You can resize this as you want, right? So this view brings together all the information that you really need to investigate uh, the test failure, be it the test recording, the video recording of the test, or all kinds of logs, be it the console logs, network logs, framework logs. All kinds of logs are brought together and are arranged in a chronological order, right? You can just scroll through these logs and then understand why the test has actually failed. And the best part is all the historical runs are also available just one click away. You can just get to any old run of this specific test and see what happened in that specific run. If a test has started failing recently, then you can go to that incident, that moment when this test has started failing, and then investigate why it actually started failing, right? So this view really again helps you save a lot of time. And one more thing, you can uh, let's say you are not sure, coming to the next steps, like let's say you are investigating, you're going to the logs, and you're not sure if the test is a genuine failure, and you want to rerun the test. You can do that right from within this view. You can do that from the test listing view also. You can also trigger the rerun from right from here, right? Again, if you have integrated your CI, you don't really have to the test. You can either run the specific test, or all the failed tests, or the entire build. And the moment you trigger this, the CI job will be automatically triggered once you do the integration with your CI. Or you realize that there's some problem with the test and it needs to be fixed, you can mute it. Or if you are certain that this is a product bug, then you can actually directly raise a ticket from the same view, right? And the best part about the reruns is uh, the rerun that you're triggering from the dashboard is automatically mapped into the same build run and is offered here. So as soon as, let's say, the second run happens, and the second run happens to be a pass, let's say the second run passes, then the status of the test is overridden by the latest status, and the build status also is accordingly updated. Right. So, all right. So I think I did cover all the features on the timeline debugger. So that's a quick overview of an end-to-end flow of how you can really debug your tests on the new automation dashboard experience. Um, yeah. Any questions on the experience?
Gopal, there is one question about viewing the timestamp of the test, basically when the test ran.
Uh, okay. I think the question is I sense the confusion. Now, when you are visiting a test, because a test is fundamentally different from a session, the video recording that you're looking at is not the entire session video. It's the test video, right? The session video, let's say if the session video is 10 minutes and there are 10 different tests as part of the same session, then that same session video is split into 10 different tests, snippets, and are only offered. So the entire video, so you don't really need to know the timestamp of your test. We have already have trimmed the video for the specific test and are presenting. But if you are for some reason, oh, sorry, by the way, the view was selected as test view. So this is the test view I was talking about. But if you are interested in looking at the complete video in one go, similar to the old experience, you can just switch to the session view and your choice is remembered by default. I think the view was by default session view, and hence I was presenting from a session view. But yeah, you can just switch to test view and you'll be able to get to the timestamp. Any more questions?
One question was about personalized view. So basically, when should I use a personalized view in the overview?
I would say everyone should use a personalized view, and it's especially helpful when the number of projects that you have, if you are part of a big organization, right? If the number of bills that are running are high and the number of projects you have is high, because then it becomes especially then it becomes tricky to navigate among these projects, between these projects, and get to the right build. So uh, yeah, in fact, you can just do it anytime, irrespective of whether there are many bills or less bills. Optimizing the view for your bills, the projects that you are responsible for, uh, in general makes you, in general helps you become more productive. So it's completely up to you, basically.
Got it. And also, there is one question about viewing test executions of the past runs of the build, basically. So, for example, user wants to view the test executions for past 3 days for a specific build.
Right. So for every build run, in fact, let me just navigate from this latest builds widget. For every build run, we have this build history widget, which provides insights into the past, what happened with the past runs of the um, same build, right? You can just also directly click on any of the past builds and directly jump to the tests of that past build run also, right? Yeah, so I think, yeah, this build history widget that we have on the insights page is the answer.
And similarly, can you explain the test history
All right,
as
yeah,
well?
of course, yeah. So you can instantly access the history of each and every test in the test from the test listing itself. For example, this test has been failing consistently, right? Like, and that's also the reason probably this is marked as always failing. And this one has been passing. I'm not able to find examples where status is flipping, right? So you can see this is marked as flaky because the status has been flipping between passed and failed. And you can, for any test that you're visiting, not just the failed tests, the timeline debugger view, once you actually click on the test, the timeline debugger view opens, and the timeline debugger view has this historical view of test, right? You can just, for example, you're in the 91st run of your build. You can instantly switch to any older run by clicking on these numbers. And that's the way you can actually access any old run of a specific test run.
Got it. Another question is about downloading the test report.
All right. So downloading the test report is currently not possible. We are adding that support. In fact, it should be available on the new automation dashboard in a week's time from now. In fact, you should see a placeholder, right? So it's possible to download the test insights, a snapshot of the insights already, but it's currently not possible to download the test reports. It is indeed coming soon. It should be available in a week's time from now. I'll probably try to go to the questions. Okay. Now can participants speak, Shubham?
No, I think there is no unmute option.
Got it. Okay. Um,
We can allow it from the participant list.
got it. Got it. I'm just trying to go to the questions. There are certain dates where regression is executed for every release. Hence the query to monitor it. Basically, so Jay Kannan asked, like we did cover that question, but the essence of the question is that he wants to, for example, the question, let me repeat the question. I wanted to know the test executions ran for the past 3 days for a specific build. We have certain dates where regression is executed for every release, hence the query to monitor it, right? So the ideal solution for that is actually dashboards. Again, we're not covering that part in this workshop. We also have workshops lined up to cover dashboards and the other dashboards, other health dashboards that we have in the new automation dashboard. But you can create very powerful dashboards that focus on a specific module, a specific release, a specific um, yeah, even a specific widget, right? And then a specific build, sorry. And then you can get advanced insights like this, right? So I'm just uh, randomly scrolling through it without explaining, but we'll cover more in the one of the sessions. So creating a dedicated dashboard is the right answer for a question for your use case, Jay Kannan. I think there's one more question. I want to compare back to older runs if the same test. So, how one way you can do that is um, you would have to do that manually right now, right? which is you can obviously go to the build and then go to the specific test and see if 91 and 83, and you can do that manually. But one very cool new feature that we are adding very soon, again, that feature is build comparison, where you will be able to compare an entire build. For example, if you want to compare 91 build with, let's say, 83, let's say the build 83 is run on a stable, more stable branch, and is a reference, is a benchmark for your build runs. Then you can just with one click will be able to trigger that comparison and view a detailed comparison between build 91 and build 83. So that once that build comparison feature is available, your use case will be completely addressed. The build comparison, the comparison, test to test comparison use case will be completely addressed. Again, the build comparison also will be available in like next couple of weeks from now. How do you specify in .yml file the run and run? Medinat has asked, how can you specify the devices and the device versions in your .yml file? We have a detailed documentation around this, Medinat. So just let me just show you around like how you can just go to the automate or app automate documentation and then choose your framework that that you want to do this for. And let me show it for the test-ng. Once you integrate using SDK, by the way, the SDK integration is very simple. It's just 3 to 4 additional lines of code that you need to add, and it should not ideally take more than 5 minutes of your time. So we really encourage you to pursue the SDK integration to benefit to get the best out of the new automation dashboard, really. Right. But yeah, coming back to the question, how can you mention devices and platforms? So you can just go through this one of these articles that's relevant for your framework. I can paste this in the chat. And yeah, so one of the sections here is you can actually choose the platforms, and yeah, and this is how you can specify platforms and devices also. And this I think the device one is not present here, but yeah.
Gopal, there was one question about external test executions.
Oh, sorry, I just realized I was not sharing the screen. Sorry about that. So I was referring to this screen, by the way. So this document should help you with mentioning uh, how different platforms can be added in your YML file. Right. I've put the link to this document in the chat. Sorry, Shubham, which question were you referring to?
About external test executions.
All right, yeah. Um, that's the best part of the dashboard. Sorry, I probably didn't get a chance to cover that. But you can not just view your tests that are running on automate or app automate on the new automation dashboard. You can also bring in any tests that are running locally or on any or on any other grid, or even the API test or functional tests onto this dashboard, right? So it's possible to really bring all your test cases, even if they're not really running on BrowserStack, onto this dashboard and get that unified view. How do you do that? I can just say the documentation for that. Just go to or in fact, you can just click on the view documentation link that we have in the dashboard, and you can choose your framework. And whatever framework that you choose, we have a section to guide you for tests running locally or elsewhere. How do you get tests that are running locally or elsewhere onto this platform? So just follow these few simple steps and then you're good to go. All right. Um, I think that's almost all the questions.
One question, Gopal, is about integration with Jira X-Ray. So any developments about integration with the test management and the new dashboard?
Got it. Got it. So the new dashboard seamlessly integrates with the test management tool that BrowserStack offers, that test management, right? And as of now, we do not integrate with Jira X-Ray, but we do plan to add support for integrating with more test management solutions. But we already integrate with the test management solution that BrowserStack offers because it's our in-house solution. Uh, and we'll add support for more such tools in the future. All right. I think if so the uh, parting thought that I want to leave you guys is with this if uh, number one, we have more sessions lined up to uh, walk you through the other advantages, other new features of the new automation dashboard, the test analytics capabilities, and the health suit health dashboards that the automation dashboard has, and a lot of workflow features that the new automation dashboard has to offer. For example, the threshold-based alerts that I talked about earlier in the session, or actually truly achieve uh, continuous deployment using the new automation dashboard. So we'll cover all of these cool topics in the upcoming sessions. Please register for them and join them. And also, if you have not integrated using SDK already, please start that process, because a lot of these capabilities, as I already highlighted, a fundamental uh, a fundamental change that enabled us to offer all of these insights at a test level is visibility into tests. And that visibility we get via SDK. So SDK is really crucial for us to give you the best experience on the new automation dashboard. Even without the new automation dashboard, even without the SDK integration, the new dashboard is usable. It is almost on par or better with the old dashboard experience. But to get the best out of it, integrate with the SDK. All right. Uh, I think Jayachandra has raised his hand. Let me unmute him. Hello, Jayachandra. If you're there, you
Yeah,
can.
I posted a question regarding the um, AI. There was a mentioning about AI, right?
Yeah.
AI will can
Okay.
AI can address, I mean, skim through the logs or something like that. So I posted a question regarding the security or the privacy
Got it.
concerns about the.
So yeah, let me share more details about the AI capabilities of the new automation dashboard, right? So the AI capability that we are referring to here is the automatic failure categorization of test failures, right? That is this. So we, based on the stack trace of the test, the tool automatically identifies the failure category and tags it. That's the AI feature that we talked about. Now, you need not be concerned, because this is not the generative AI kind of AI, but this is the machine learning. We basically have a machine learning model in the background, in the background,
Mhm.
that learns from the failure categorization that you are doing for your failures, and identifies the patterns. So, for example, if this error has occurred if a similar error has occurred has occurred previously, what was the failure category that was assigned? And
Got
based on a match percentage, then we assign it. So it's primarily the machine learning models only. It's not the generative AI models, any of the models that are available in the market. So it's very controlled.
Perfect. Makes sense. Thank you for the answer.
All right. Thank you so much for joining the session, everyone. Yeah, please feel free to reach out to us via the other channels, support channels, etc. if you have any more questions or if you're facing any challenges with the new automation dashboard. Thank you.